Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens.
So guys, welcome back to the second episode of the Cardinals rebuild franchise, whatever you want to call it. Today we'll just jump straight into our first game, our first preseason game against the Ravens. I'm hoping we can do quite a lot this game. I'm going to try out a few things, see how the team does in different situations. I can imagine this might be a bit of a longer first game, just so we can get used to the team a little bit, see what the team's good at, see where we lack in certain areas. It might be, we might lose or it might be a blowout. I can't imagine it's going to be a close game. I'm just going to try a lot of different plays here, see how we do. And first offensive play of the game there, Odell goes up over two guys and gets an amazing, spectacular catch there against, I'm guessing he was against Jimmy Smith there. Looks like he was. And in that matchup, you're probably going to favour Odell over Jimmy Smith, if I'm being honest. And our defence makes a nice stand against the Ravens there. There are going to be quite a few backups as well in this game, obviously, because it is a pre-season game. I might just show the first quarter, and then we go from there, or the first half or something. But yeah, because obviously it's not important. Nice spin from David Johnson there. I'm just, like I said, trying to get a hang of the team, trying to see what works and what doesn't work, and sort of what our playbook's like, because I don't think I've ever used the Cardinals playbooks. There might be a certain few plays in here that do work really well for us, and we can maybe exploit them if the situation comes up throughout the year. But let me guys know sort of how you're feeling about the series, how you think it's going to go, what you think our record might be towards the end of the year. Because I'm not going to play every game. I can't remember if I said in the last episode or not that I will probably play, or we'll go through 4 games an episode, and then I'll probably play 1 or 2 of them and then sim the 2 or 3 others, depending on how we're doing. Obviously, if we're sort of 10-5 or something, which is unrealistic considering the team is sort of around the low 70s overall in a lot of positions. If we're doing that well, then I'll sort of taper back on the playing. But obviously, if it is a playoff game, we will be playing those games. So they are going to be important games if we do manage to make it to the playoffs. I can't imagine we will this year, but maybe in sort of year 2 or 3, if we get that far, that's sort of what we're going to do. But what I might start doing as well, let me know if you want me to start doing this when I'm playing one of the games. I'll have sort of the game on in the background so you can see how the team is doing, and then we can talk about a subject or something to do with how Madden is at the moment, because the community in Madden is very split whether it's a good game or not. And if you want to know my opinions, I can start talking over the gameplay for one of the games and then sort of going over the commentary for the games and more about the series in the other games, so we can mix it up a little bit, keep it fresh. But that play there, I like the look of that play. 3rd and inches, if they're not manned up on our guy who motions over to the left hand side, I can imagine we can get quite a lot of yards out of that play throughout the year. It's a very nice play. I'm not exactly sure how we managed to get that play. Obviously, it was just a suggestion, so if it pops up, I will use it if it's the right situation, but if not, I'll go back and check what formation it was. And we might see that, just it's a different play, and it's not a play I think I've ever seen any Madden player use before, so it's quite nice to see that. But as you can see in the background, we are 14-3 up. Going into the half, I might cut it around here, just because it is the backups and there's not much we're going to gain from this game. We might end up winning, so I'll go to the end of the game and we can see what the scoreline was, see the stats for the team there, and yeah, we'll just jump on to the end of the game.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The entire game, but these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just
so I think I am a fan of the Cardinals playbook. We absolutely dominated that game. As you can see, 6.5 yards per play. means we're going to pretty much win any game if that's our average yards per play. But we won 49-3. The Ravens just did not show up. I don't know why they're showing Joe Flacco there. Obviously, he wouldn't have played that well, but I don't think he played that much. As you can see, he only got 81 yards, but I think that's because he wasn't playing most of the game. We actually had Mike Glennon slinging the ball for us, and he was fantastic with 5 touchdowns. Quite a few of them I simmed, actually. The offense just seemed to click. So potentially, we could have a good year. Sherfield, who we drafted... Actually, no, we didn't draft. He's one of the guys who was already on the team. I thought we drafted him, but he had a great game. Sacks-wise, not too many, but the defence really held the Ravens to nothing. Pretty much every drive they got was a 3-and-out, which is probably why our stats don't look that great. But yeah, we'll go through to sort of later on in the pre-season and see what the team's looking like there. So guys, after that pretty intense first game there, I think intense is the right word. More of a blowout than anything. We absolutely dominated the Ravens in that. You know, that gives us a lot of hope for the season, to be honest. I know it was only the backups coming in, but they did a hell of a job. And Nick Bosa and Chandler Jones both got a sack in there, which is good to see. Offensively, fantastic. I think it was Sheffield who was actually one of the best performers on the team. Trent Sheffield in there. Was a rookie this year, actually. You know, he doesn't look fantastic. He doesn't look good at all, to be honest. But I mean, obviously, he had a great impact on the team there. So we'll just jump into the training. We'll sim the training here, and then we'll jump into the game against the Eagles.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. With that, let's get out to the desert. Standing by in Glendale, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. A moment ago, this Arizona crowd was on its feet. The defensive starters, led by perennial All-Pro Patrick Peterson, were introduced.
So it's our first game at home. The stadium's looking absolutely packed. It's looking fantastic. Something I didn't actually mention before was I did change around all the coaching staff, and pretty much I made myself the owner so I could change around all the staff just because I wanted the team to have a fresh start. And we'll skip a few of the moments on this one. And we didn't actually do any defensive moments last game because we didn't actually need to. So for some reason they want us to jump in and try and block the field goal on our first defensive moment, which is probably not going to happen. But yeah, so this is the first look at the defence, and we do actually manage to block it. So that's a good start for the defence there. I'm not sure who it was who managed to get in and block it, but fair play to them. We'll go to the next moment. We'll do the first drive, but I don't want to do every single drive in this. What I'm probably going to do in the episodes is I'll play 1 or 2 of the games and then sim the other 2 or 3 games, depending on how many I play. I just think it makes the most sense to do it that way, because otherwise, I mean, the results won't be too realistic. I think simming it means we won't get too much or go too far ahead of where we should be in the win category. Obviously, the team's decent now. We've got some good signings in, but I mean, they're not a Super Bowl contender yet, so I don't want the team to just jump to Super Bowl after Super Bowl instantly. But I mean, first week, we did fantastic against the Ravens in the preseason. Hopefully this week we can do just as well against the Eagles. David Johnson with a nice run up the middle there, getting us 10 yards. And we're going to go hurry up because I kind of liked the look of that defence there. And I think Christian Kirk could get open on the right-hand side. And he does. Gets nice and open. Good throw from Drew Lock there. Christian Kirk trying to get those extra yards. And he fights down to the 15-yard line of the Eagles. I'm going to try and mix in a few more runs this game as well, since we've got our starters out there. We're against a very good defensive line, so we can see how they do hold up against the defensive line. See if we can get much running going. If we can get a little bit going there. David Johnson with 5 yards, but this obviously is the ultimate test for the O-line. I think Odell Beckham should be open on that curl route over there. He wasn't. That route got broken on. I think that was potentially Darby who broke on that.
And it'll bring up
But we did get very lucky that that wasn't a pick there.
a solid second-round pick, but when you're close to that first round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
So also I'm going to try and get the drive goals as well, just because it's something I don't ever tend to usually do.
And he thought his talent demanded.
And he's open on the right-hand side there. We did. The O-line held up very, very well there, considering their overall's not that high. But yeah, good first drive. We managed to get the score, and I'm just going to sort of not as play as many this game, as many moments. We do give up a touchdown, which is a bit unfortunate. Third down at their 26, 3rd and 9. Depending on what look they give me here, David Johnson or whoever's the running back in at the moment, well, it's still David Johnson, could be the look. Oh, they're in man, so probably not. Actually, no, definitely not. He is wide open on the right-hand side there. Managed to break the tackle, truck a guy, and that is a nice play. I'm not exactly sure who that was. I didn't quite catch the number. I was just focusing on getting the first down. But that's a good play there. Third down, we can't quite punch it in. We're at the 5-yard line. If I go for a flood and they aren't soon, there's more than enough guys over there. Could run it up the middle here. There should be a gap in the middle of the line. Actually, no, we just can't get it. We'll settle for a goal. I mean, it is a pre-season game, so it doesn't matter. That gives our kicker a little bit of confidence, hopefully hitting these field goals. And he won't miss too many during the season. Because kickers do miss a hell of a lot of kicks for me. It looks like we did turn the ball over there, which is a bit unfortunate.
They look to hold on to their second half lead.
I think defensively, we are going to, I mean, it does say bend, don't break. I think that's going to be the type of defense we're going to have to be. Sort of rely on the D-line to get a lot of plays and make a lot of sacks that way. So we clog up the middle there. Unfortunately, that's a great spin from their running back in there, from Booker. And he gets them down to the 2nd-yard line.
You might need a massage from the trainer right now.
Or the 2-yard line.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was.
If they're going to run it, we are going to clog up the middle here. I'm actually going to pass it. And I knew he was going to go there. I just went too far to the right. That's entirely my bad. Defensively, not doing that well in this game compared to the Ravens game. We have given up 14 points. Red zone. I'll let Drew Lock take this. Actually, it's not Drew Lock. Somehow we got a 3rd down again. Not sure what happened there, but we'll take the field goal to get the lead. Back into the red zone. I think it's Glennon on the field who's going to just not punch it in again. But it looks like our defense once again is, holding up pretty well. So we got them down to their 1-yard line. So I think we're going to send a heavy blitz in here. I mean, the odds are they have to run it. If we get pressure in nice and quick, we should get at least a safety, or if not, force them to a bad throw. They are going to run it, and we do get the safety. User in our free safety there. I'm not exactly sure who that was, but that should be game over. They're going to punt us the ball. We're just going to let the team run the game out. Actually, we don't. We don't manage to get a first down.
The task for the defense.
And the game, once again, they're on their 4-yard line this time. So if I just keep sending pressure, hopefully someone gets home.
One possession.
And, I mean, if they run the ball.
How does the offense handle?
No, they're just going to pass to the outside. We'll give them those dump offs. We're just going to sort of run deep coverage pretty much every play.
And I know that's counterintuitive.
Hopefully nothing comes off for them. They're going to spike the ball. They're on their own 9-yard line. If we give up something here, fair play to the Eagles for getting the touchdown, but I can't imagine we're going to go on to lose this one. So we're 2-0 in pre-season, potentially. Hopefully we can go 4-0. That would be great for the confidence of the team. And there are a lot of new players. So hopefully they'll gel together a bit more that way as well.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in.
They caught it. Oh my God.
Down to the 44-yard line.
Didn't expect that. Okay, that gives us a... gives them a chance. 2 seconds, 1 second. They're not going to be able to spike it in time. The clock runs out. Bit fortunate there, but we did give up a Hail Mary. Not the whole way. We did manage to tackle him getting down, but we did give up a Hail Mary pass. So, not that, you know, that's a bit unfortunate there. But we do end up winning the game. The offense looks like it's clicking pretty nicely. But yeah, let's jump into the other two games. We'll sim those games, and then we'll go to the start of the season. Stats-wise, we're looking pretty good. Obviously, very pass-heavy team at the moment. I didn't expect this to be that way, realistically. See if we actually got any sacks this game. I want to see how the defense is doing.
Of the NFL on EA.
See if they're, you know, producing anything. And we do. We get a sack from, obviously, Chandler Jones getting another sack, and Marcus Golden getting a sack as well. So pretty happy with that. 2 sacks in the game. I'll take that every game, considering we're only going to be sending 4 pretty much on every single possession we get. The team's looking pretty good. Probably have a few upgrades. We'll go to next week. Nick Bosa has an upgrade, which is good. I think we're going to get him as a try and get him a scheme fit as a speed rusher. And speed rusher upgrades tend to be very good. Get a finesse move in there, which is good. That's already nearly up in the 80s, so sort of a dual threat there. And Chad Williams, I can't imagine he's going to feature much during the actual season, but if he does have to come in, that's a nice little upgrade for him with +2 release. Considering he's a deep threat, that is very good for him. And for some reason we have more upgrades that didn't show up just a second ago with Hassan Reddick up to a 77. Looking pretty nice there with +3 block shed. And Pete Robertson, no idea who this is. I can't imagine he's ever going to see the field. That's a decent upgrade. I mean, he's 26 years old and he's already... Well, he's only a 60-something overall. So we'll go to next week. So, guys, we simmed the last 2 games. This is where we ended up. We ended up going 3-1 in the preseason. We do have a few upgrades to do. So, Odell Beckham actually has an upgrade point, which is pretty nice. He's already pretty much the perfect receiver. But we'll get him a deep threat. Just get him up to that 97 overall. Keep him as a scheme fit. I think he has... yeah, he's pretty much high 90s in everything. 99 spectacular catch, 95 speed. He's absolutely phenomenal. Nick Bosa, going to get a nice upgrade here, hopefully. Speed rusher doesn't get him an overall, which isn't actually a bad thing, because we do want him as a scheme fit, as a speed rusher for us. And he's already looking very good stats-wise there. Already looks like a very good starting edge rusher. Buda Baker, I'm not sure. I think he'd be better as... Mentioning he's very good at the slot. His zone definitely needs some work. And considering we're going to be playing quite a bit of zone, we'll get that. And he only gets 1 zone coverage, which is pretty poor. And he's only quick dev. Drew Lock already has an upgrade as well. Strong arm. We're going to get that up. Hopefully he gets maybe some throw power. He does. He gets +1 throw power, which is good to see. That is definitely going to come in handy. Up to 96 throw power. Incognito and Christian Kirk. And I should have gone speed rusher there, actually, thinking about it. No, it isn't a scheme fit, but you do get phenomenal upgrades with a speed rusher. He needs the block shed, and he probably would get +3 or +4 block shed in there. Christian Kirk, we're just going to upgrade deep threat just to keep him a scheme fit, even though he is going to be our slot receiver. Plus, getting him good release is going to be great, because his release is his main weakness. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but obviously... Well, you'd hope Madden have done their research on that point. But anyway, we're going to end the episode there. That is the end of episode 2. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing how we do this season. Hopefully it's a bit of a precursor for the Cardinals' upcoming season. I mean, if Larry Fitzgerald does stay, I do want him to do well. I can't imagine he will, as I said in the last episode. But if they do, I really want to see Larry Fitzgerald go out on a high. But anyway, that's the end of the episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you